Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you tuning in on the National Racing Network, we are getting Hyper Racing 600s staged out on the front straightaway. It is feature time here on the granddaddy of them all, Clyde Martin Memorial Night, presented by Gold Rush Trailer Sales. Big thank you to everybody at Gold Rush for their continued support of Clyde Martin Memorial Speedway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, those of you watching the broadcast, we're going to get the commercial break out of the way early here. You are watching Race Night at the Clyde and the Clyde Martin Memorial right here on the National Racing Network.
At 600cc Performance, our roots run deep in CC racing. A leader in fuel injection, dyno tuning, wiring, and diagnostics. With over 15 years of experience in building and tuning, you can count on us to get you to the winner's circle. Whether it is diagnostics, sales, or service, 600cc Performance is your source for everything CC racing. Find out more at 600ccperformance.com.
If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I've taken 25 selfies in the last 10 minutes.
26.
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Now it is time to kick things off with tonight's racing action. Drivers, start your engines. Early trouble for the 51 of Chris Gerhardt. He's going to have to head to the back. Ladies and gentlemen, you can forget about the rest. You're looking at the very best, and we've got them two abreast. You won't have to wait. The ground's about to shake as the Hyper Racing 600s get set to go side by side and three wide at the Clyde. It's feature time at Lanco. Getting the lineup reshuffled. New front row going to be the 15P of Chris Panzer, to his outside the 11C of Zach Light. Row 2 will have the 71 of Brian Kramer and the 3 of Jesse Maurer. Row 3, the 9 of Joe Keppel and the 46 of BJ Antonio. Row 4, the 1 of Willer Kuski and the 3G of Jesse Snyder. John Smith and Mikey Smith going to make up row number 5. Row 6, Brent Ely and Toby Blumenshine. Row number 7, Holden Ekman and Nick Skias. Heath Hadenley, Aaron Espenshade, Mike Rutherford, Brianne Whitmer, Jared Kunkel, Danny Lane, Nash Ely, Kyler Heine, Olivia Thayer, and Chris Gerhardt. They're doubled up, 35 laps the distance, and we are green. Three almost 4 wide off at turn number 4. Zach Light jumps out to the early lead. Panzer going to look to his inside. Nothing going there. Slide back just a couple of positions. 3 wide off at turn number 2. That's the 71 of Kramer and Jesse Snyder doing battle. Kramer able to hold on to the spot. BJ Antonio now battling up there as well. Look to the front of the field. Zach Light, Chris Panzer, Jesse Maurer all doing battle. Zach Light has it. New second place runner. That's Jesse Maurer. Mikey Smith setting the fastest lap of the race that last time by. He's going to try to get to the outside of Panzer down the front straightaway. Lap 4 in the books. Zach Light able to hold on to the race lead, but he's got 2 very quick race cars on his tail. Slides up just in front of Mikey Smith. Zach Light holds on to lead lap number 5. Smith and Maurer going to duel side by side for second. Everybody else pretty well single filed back through the field until they get a little bit deeper. Mikey Smith looked to the inside of Zach Light, tried to throw the slide job. Light able to hold on. A little bit further back in the pack, the 71 of Brian Kramer and B.J. Antonio will battle for the 5th position entering turn 3. Kramer to the outside. Antonio looks to the inside, not close enough. Duel at the front of the field, still intense. Jesse Maurer, Mikey Smith trading fastest laps. Leaders are going to hit race traffic before too long. Already 9 laps in the books. Maurer gets around Smith off of turn 2. Jesse Maurer right up on the tail tank of Zach Light. Here's the pass to the inside. Light catching Olivia Thayer. He slides up the racetrack. New race leader at the line. It's Jesse Maurer. Zach Light charging back around the outside. Not able to get back to the tail tank of Maurer. Now the gap is 1 car length as lap number 12 goes on the board. Remember, 35 laps the distance. Caution, caution, 1 car going around in turn 2. The 4S goes around John Smith. He was running in the 5th position. Trouble for John Smith. That car spins. Frantic action here. 12 laps in the books. We still have 23 to go. Have to say a big thank you to those businesses and groups that are helping to put on the Race Chasing for Drivers and Fans Awards tonight. 12 $25 awards going out of this racetrack. Brown's Motorsports, Pain Tour and Environmental Hazard Control, the Gibraltar Handyman, 2 awards from Hanley Livestock Hauling, Ron Groff Trucking, Kenny Groff Trucking, the National Racing Network, Kim's Creations, Clyde Martin Memorial Speedway, Mike Knappenberger Photos, and the Race Chasing Sticker Fund. Thank you for your support of our drivers. $75 a piece going out in all 4 divisions tonight. Coming up after the 600s will be the 125s and 4-strokes, the 270s, and we'll round out the night with the Sportsman. Taking a look at some of the comers and goers in this one. Nick Skias in the 88 started in the 15th position. He is going to restart outside of row number 3 in position 6. 3G of Jesse Snyder started in the 9th position. He'll restart 8th. Mike Rutherford started in 18th. He currently runs in the 9th position. That 2S is very quick. Lights are out. Green flag back in the air. We're underway again. Now we're going to slide up the racetrack. He's going to be your race leader off in turn number 4, Zach Light. And Mikey Smith going to duel side by side. Give that spot to Zach Light down the back straightaway. Seeing a little bit of smoke coming out of one of the cars here. We're trying to see who it is. That's the 88 of Nick Skias. That may be the left rear just starting to burn off of that race car. Zach Light easily holds on to second, side by side between Chris Panzer and Mikey Smith for third. Smith now able to get the good run into turns 1 and 2. He's going to battle again with Zach Light. Don't look now. Here comes Mike Rutherford and Heath Hanley. Hanley showing a little bit of sparks off the right rear brakes as that car got into turn 1 and 2 the last time by. Those cars battling with B.J. Antonio. That's 7th, 8th, and 9th on the racetrack. We have a duel for position number 2. Zach Light, Mikey Smith still fighting that war as Jesse Maurer gets away. The lead was 2.5 seconds last time by. This time, cross flags, 2 3/4 seconds the lead for your race leader. He's already catching lap traffic. Smith, Light, they're banging wheels down the front straightaway. 19 in the books. Jesse Maurer's come around, Olivia Thayer. Zach Light throws the slider on Smith. Now he's going to try to chop him off into 1 and 2. Slides up the racetrack. What a great battle for a second. These 2 cars have been side by side for 4 or 5 straight laps. Mikey Smith able to grab the spot. Light going to throw the slider back at him in turns 1 and 2. Zach gets on the binders. Tries it again in 3 and 4. Crossover move comes right back. Second, third, fourth, and fifth under a blanket while the race leader stuck a little bit in lap traffic. $750 to win this one, and Jesse Maurer wants every bit of it. He's starting to check out. The duel for second starts to calm a little bit as Mikey Smith gets around Zach Light, using Olivia Thayer as a pick, able to open it up to 4 or 5 car lengths. Chris Pansner fighting, forward into the outside wall, Thayer upside down. Big hit into the turn 4 entry gate for Olivia Thayer. Thank goodness that gate was there just a couple of years ago. They put that gate in. That would have been a head-on impact into a blunt wall for Olivia Thayer. Quick work by the track safety crew to get out there to the number 39. Trouble for the 88 of Nick Ski as he's going to pull off into the infield. Same for the 51 of Chris Gerhardt. Both of those cars with some mechanical gremlins. Word from the safety crew, Olivia Thayer is okay. Good to hear that. That was a very hard impact to the right front of the number 39. Jesse Maurer, your race leader, had checked out. The lead was 3.5 seconds at the time of the caution. Now, Mikey Smith is going to go from battling Zach Light for second to having a shot at the race leader. That 11Z of Zach Light has been very, very good the last couple of weeks. 3 weeks ago, he about junked the race car. Came back with a good finish 1 week ago. Running a very solid third so far tonight. That Sycamore Hill RV 600cc Performance Titan Wings entry. Chris Pansner running in the 4th position in the 15P. You heard, for those of you in attendance anyway, you got to hear Debbie talk to him on the grid walk. The other 2 big movers, Heath Hanley and Mike Rutherford. Hanley now running in the 7th position, started 16th. Rutherford runs 8th, started in the 18th position. Those cars are coming to the front in a hurry. Rutherford already with a 600 win this season. Heath Hanley has won 2 straight. .39 of Olivia Thayer on the trailer. Olivia sitting on the front of the four-wheeler. Good to see Olivia able to get out of that car under her own power. Also out of the race under this caution with 25 laps in the books will be the 51 of Chris Gerhardt and the 88 of Nick Skias. Jesse Maurer and Mikey Smith going to make up row number 1. Zach Light and Chris Pansner in row 2. Jesse Snyder and Heath Hanley in row 3. Row 4 will have Mike Rutherford and BJ Antonio. Row 5, Willer Kusky and Nash Ely. Lights are out. We're ready to roll. The feature's already in the books. Now it's the 10 laps of bonus racing you get on Clyde Martin Memorial Night. Field starting to bunch up just a little bit. Green flag goes back in the air. Good restart for Jesse Maurer. He's going to be your race leader. Pansner able to come around. Zach Light on the outside. Here comes Heath Hanley. What a drive off in turn 2. Hanley up to 4th. He's looking for Pansner for 3rd. Hanley crosses back down to the inside on Pansner. He's going to throw the slider in 3 and 4. Slides them both up the racetrack. Pansner able to keep his foot in it. Pansner able to hold on to 3rd. Top 2 not getting away nearly as quick as the last time out. Still the gap only 3 or 4 car lengths. Now Heath Hanley around the outside. That hyper racing machine is hooked up. Rutherford going to follow right around to Zach Light. Trouble turn 2. Caution on the Speedway 3-car tangle. BJ Antonio in the 46. The 22K of Kyler Heine. Also the 4S of John Smith involved as well. Antonio was running in the 8th position at the time of the caution. If there was anybody that wanted to see this yellow flag, it's Heath Hanley. He had a crack at the race leaders before, but it was coming from deeper in the field. Now, Hanley will line up on the inside of row number 2, and he's gonna have a shot at the leaders. Trouble for the 71 of Brian Kramer. He's gonna pull off into the infield. Kramer started in the 4th position, running 16th at the time of the caution. Tough break for the 71 of Brian Kramer. So now your lineup at the front of the field, Jesse Maurer is still going to be the race leader over Mikey Smith. Heath Hanley is up to 3rd, Chris Pansner 4th. 5th, the 2S of Mike Rutherford. The 11Z of Zach Light runs in the 6th position. 7th, the 3G of Jesse Snyder. Willer Kusky up to 8th. Great run for the number 1. Nash Ely runs 9th. And Jared Kunkel in the 75K will be up to the 10th position. Toby Blumenschein and Brent Ely will line up in row 6. Breanne Whitmer and John Smith in row 7. Row 8, BJ Antonio and Kyler Heine. Row number 9, Aaron Espenshade and his outside Danny Lane. Joe Keppel and Holden Ekman will make up the final row. Lights are out. We're ready to roll. 7 to go in the Hyper Racing 600s. Green flag in the air. It's a good start for Maurer. He's going to be the leader. What a drive off the corner for Mikey Smith. He had just about caught the leader down the back stretch, had to get on the binders. Heath Hanley runs 3rd. Rutherford up to 4th. Zach Light, Chris Pansner going to battle side by side for 5th. But the best racing is going to be at the front. They're coming down to 5 to go. Heath Hanley trying to make that outside work. He's getting it wound up. Caution on the Speedway. Trouble for the 46 of BJ Antonio. Strike 2 on the 46 machine as he comes to a stop outside of turn 4. A lot of smoke out of the 46 now. That car gets pulled off into the infield. Antonio throws the steering wheel out the side pretty quickly, trying to get out of that race car. BJ Antonio exits the car under his own power. Quick check from the EMTs. .30 laps in the books, 5 laps remaining. It's going to be a single file restart since we got down to 5 to go. Jesse Mauer's got to love every bit of that. Mauer got a good start. Smith might have gotten a better one. Here's Hanley off of turn 4. New second place runner, Heath Hanley. He's going to bring Rutherford with him to the inside. Hanley going after the race leader. Going to be 4 to go this next time by. Mauer runs inside. Hanley still holding on to the outside groove. Rutherford runs the inside. Smith runs the outside. 2 full racing lines developing late in this one. Going to be just a couple of laps remaining. Twin sticks at the start-finish line from Chief Starter Mike Fry, and the gap is closing. It's down to 1/3 of a second. It's down to a car length and a half. It's down to less than a car length. Hanley sails it off into 3 and 4. White flag is out, 1 lap to go in the Clyde Martin Memorial. Off of turn number 2. Here comes the move by Hanley to the outside. Is he going to have room to get it done? No, he will not. Jesse Mauer claims the win. Heath Hanley second. Mike Rutherford rounds out your top 3. Mikey Smith and Zach Light with good top 5 finishes. 6th to the 22, Anash Ely. 7th, Jared Kunkel. 8th, Chris Pansner. 9th, Jesse Snyder. And 10th, the 4S of John Smith. We're going to head downstairs and talk to your race winner, Jesse Mauer, here in just a moment as soon as Jesse completes that mandatory rev check. about it, ladies and gentlemen, for your Clyde Martin Memorial winner for 2020, Jesse Maurer. While Jesse's going to start doing the victory lane shots, we'll kick off the interviews down here with Mike Rutherford, our third place finisher. Mike, you were motioning a little bit towards the end of the race there. Was that just to get the tires pushed back to where they belonged?
Yeah, Nick Skias had caught the one tire, I don't know, about lap 10 and drug it out about 3 feet, and we were having to dodge it every lap. And, I was pretty good on the bottom down there, so I was hoping they would clear it off for us. And I finally got somebody's attention. They moved it. I was talking to Jesse, and he said the same thing. It was really screwing him up. But I want to congratulate Jesse. He had a great run. A bunch of old guys out here. We all got a little bit of gray hair. So, pretty good night.
All right, Mike, congratulations. Now we'll move on here to second place finisher Heath Hanley. Heath, you and Mike put on a heck of a show here. You guys came from, check the math here, 16th and 18th on the starting grid. A lot of green flag laps. You guys were working hard.
Yeah, we were good. I knew we were going to come through. I butchered the heat up a little bit, ran over a car, and put ourselves in the back here. And probably took us a chance to win, but that's the way it goes. I mean, our car was awesome. I butchered the heat race, so Jesse did an awesome job hitting his marks the last couple laps I could get to him, but I wasn't getting around him. So, like I said, he did a good job. Mike ran a good race. I seen his nose a bunch. It was fun. The track was good. Not too many people on the top, which let a clear lane for me a lot of times, so we were able to make some hay there.
That's a big change from the way this place has run the last couple of weeks, where it's been high and handsome or slide job city the whole night. Pretty neat to run this place a little bit different way on such a big night.
It's nice because you're not stuck behind cars. If you're good on the top or good on the bottom or decent at both, which is typically what we are, we can make passes on the bottom. We can make passes on the top. So it actually plays into the hands of the guys that can run both the bottom and the top. And you see the guys up front are a lot of those guys. So like I said, another good night. We'll take it. Wish we could have one spot better, but maybe next time we race.
All right, Heath, thank you very much. Let's swing down here. We'll pick up our race winner, holding the fantastic piece of hardware, the traveling trophy on this one, Jesse Maurer. Jesse, this car was really quick all night.
Yeah, we made a big change for the feature, and it really worked out well. The car rotated pretty good. It felt pretty good. I got to thank Ronnie for that. I just kind of left it up to him. I said, whatever you think.
This place has been really fast over the last several weeks. Tonight it seems like there's a little bit more grip to it. We saw a lot of lanes. How did that affect you getting through lap traffic?
It actually wasn't bad. They were up a lane and a half from where I was running, so it really didn't affect me a whole lot.
All right, bud, congratulations on the win. Who do you got to thank?
I got to thank the whole Groff family. I say it every time, but I wouldn't be down here without their help. And I was supposed to be out at the High Bank Hustle this weekend, so I guess this makes it a little better.
I was going to say, this one picking up $750 to win. How about it, ladies and gentlemen? Your Clyde Martin Memorial winner in the 600s, Jesse Maurer. If you have Jesse Maurer on your football you found in the pit area, come on down here to the flag stand. You get the quick picture with the race winner in victory lane. And we'll announce our next Kids Club winner when we get back up to the tower. One of the Kids Club members is going to get a chance to come down here and take a picture with your race winner. Your race winner picks tonight's winning 50-50 number, $281 going out tonight in the 50-50. Blue ticket, 3784210. 3784210. You are the winner of $281 in tonight's 50-50.
At 600cc Performance, our roots run deep in CC racing. A leader in fuel injection, dyno tuning, wiring, and diagnostics. With over 15 years of experience in building and tuning, you can count on us to get you to the winner's circle. Whether it is diagnostics, sales, or service, 600cc Performance is your source for everything CC racing. Find out more at 600ccperformance.com.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I've taken 25 selfies in the last 10 minutes.
26.
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Lanco's Clyde Martin Memorial Speedway. Let's head downstairs to Debbie Splain. She's ready to do the grid walk.
Thanks, Chris. I'm down here with Isaac Gravy. Isaac, you had an on and off season so far this year. How do you feel going into this race tonight?
I'm going to be held back pretty quick. I'm going to calm down. I got to keep my head in it and just save till the end, I guess.
All right, well, thank you and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Over here to Austin Gravy real quick. Also, you also have had an on and off season this year. How do you feel this evening going into this feature with big one on the line?
Honestly, I'm not feeling too great about it. We had problems in the heat race at the end there, but before that we were running fine, so I'm hoping we got it figured out for the race here.
All right, well, thank you and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Back to you, Chris.
Thank you very much, Debbie. It is a pleasure to be joined in the booth here. This guy would much rather be on the racetrack tonight, but Bradley Brown going to step in here, do some color commentary with us tonight. Bradley, how you feeling, bud?
Better than last week. I mean, it's something that's going to take a little time, and we're gonna be back out here next year. I'm hoping for maybe a race or two at the end of this year if everything goes okay. But it's kind of nice seeing the races from the point of view of the officials and to spectate for a night or so and really get the feel for it.
All right, bud. Well, we got the 125s and four strokes rolling out onto the racetrack now. These cars are starting to get fired up. About as much of a polar opposite as you can get between a 600 and the 125s and how they're going to run this place.
Yeah, it's a big difference. I started in the 125s, and I recommend everybody start in the 125s. It's a very good learning class. My sister ran a four-stroke, and we always ran about the same lap time, so they are as equal as I expected them to be coming in. And the 125's advantage to that is I like the shifting, and learning the shift to 125 is key. If you mess up in a 125, it hurts you. If you mess up in a 270 shifting, you can get it back pretty quick. So it teaches you to hit your marks lap after lap, and that's what helped me so much with the 270.
Now let's get you the starting lineup for this one as they get the last few cars rolled off here. Starting on the pole for this one after the 5 was pulled for the inversion pill, the 3H of Zach Hollinger. On the outside of the front row, the 26C of Mike Cohen. Row number 2 will have the 16 of Marty Bryan and the 57K of Cassidy Michael. Row number 3 on the inside, Matt Fernsler in the 19. The 04 of Sam Borger will roll off 6th. Row number 4, the 3 of Mike Miller and the 6 of Mike Glass. Row 5, the 3X of Kenny Bushy and Fast Eddie Nocera in the 62. Starting in the 11th position, the 76 of Justin Harrington and the 28 of Kyle Lindsay. Row number 7, the 44X of Alex Lucas and the 46 of Austin Graby. Row number 8, the 26 of Tyler Martin and the 3Y of Zach Young. 647 of Brent Shearer rolls off in the 17th position, while Shane Davis in the number 13 will start from the 18th position. Row number 10, the 11H of Holden Ekman and the 77G of Isaac Graby. Row 11, the 44 of Riley Simmons and the 56 of Dick Huzzard. And row number 12, the 22 of Jared St. John and the 78 of Sarah Borer. Bradley, a lot of experience in this field, along with a lot of youth and a lot of, not inexperienced, but just a lot of talented young kids in this one as well.
Yeah, there is a lot of them. I mean, you really got to watch guys like Isaac Graby, Austin Graby, Alex Lucas, and Justin Harrington. They're coming from pretty far back. I know Justin the past 2 or 3 weeks has had to come from the back, and he's so smooth with that car, and you can't expect anything other than that when you see him out there, and you know it's going to the front.
This one's going to be fun. Marty Bryan has been very, very aggressive over the last couple of weeks. The kid knows no other position than hammer down. He's going to be fun to watch out at the front of this thing.
Yeah, and the way the track is right now, I think it could be good for him. And when he gets that 4-stroke humming, I mean, there's not going to be much to slow it down. And he's a little fearless guy. I like watching him race, and his brother. They're both some of the nicest, cleanest drivers you're going to see.
They've been a lot of fun to cover thus far. The high side started to come in at the end of the 600 race, and if there's anybody that's going to wind a 4-stroke up around the top, it's going to be Marty. So we'll keep our eye on that one as well. Field's getting the signal to get them doubled up. Should be ready to go here shortly. I believe they'll get the one to go signal the next time by, unless they get it real quick here, but I don't think they'll do it that quickly. Not this far off of turn 2, so. Trying to get the 647 and the 3Y lined up. Those cars have now taken their positions. You'll see Rossi on the front of the top wing. RJ Rossi's piloted that 647 over the last couple of seasons. Brent Shearer last night was running a 410 sprint car at Williams Grove. Tonight he's running a 125 and 4-stroke here at the Clyde. A little bit of trouble for the 46 as well. That car came to a stop on the front straightaway. Austin Graby should have lined up in the 14th position. He will now have to go to the back of the field. Lights are out. We're getting ready to roll. Bradley, this one should be fun.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of guys out here that are going to make big moves, and with an extra 10 laps of this race, you're going to see guys from the back get to the front.
Field works their way off of turn number 4. Zach Hollinger and Mike Cohen lead the field into the start box. Twin green flags in the air. We're underway in the second Clyde Martin Memorial of the night. Big move inside by Marty Bryan. Thought about trying to get there. Oh, the race leaders are banging wheels through turns 1 and 2. Little bit of trouble for the 3 of Mike Miller. He's going to slide back through the field. Justin Harrington gets to his inside. Several cars up over the infield tires. Everybody able to keep it going. Tyler Martin having some trouble there in the 26. At the front of the field, your top 4 all single file. Cassidy Michael running in that 4th position, just behind Marty Bryan. We'll pick up that battle again between Justin Harrington and Mike Miller. Also, the 3X of Kenny Bushy there as well. Trouble for Mike Miller. He pulls off into the infield. 3 laps in the books. Already the first car falling out of this one. Bradley, our race leaders are working their way off of turn 2. They're going to be catching lap traffic here shortly.
Yeah, catching lap traffic is a big deal, especially when you're the leader. Second place always has the advantage because they know where you're going and they know where the lap cars are running.
We'll see how that lap traffic plays out. Cohen into the inside of Sarah Boer. Boer not giving a lot of room into turn one. 6 laps in the books. We're already putting some cars the first lap down. Looking to the outside is Zach Hollinger trying to get around Sarah Boer. Now going to make the move inside into 1 and 2. Marty Bryan right there. Oh, Marty big up and over the 78. Couple of cars going around. Caution flag is out. Trouble for the 16 of Marty Bryan, and that's basically what you were just talking about, Bradley, how difficult it can be to get around lap traffic when you don't necessarily know which direction they're going.
Yeah, the leader has not much of an advantage at all because they know where the lap car is going to be. If they're watching them good enough, some of the veteran drivers know who's in that car, where they like running, and there for Marty, it was a tough break because he wasn't sure. He went to the bottom and got collected. I want to note that Justin Harrington is already into, I think, the 4th position. He was running 6th before the caution, and looks like Cassidy's in the caution as well.
Yeah, 3rd, 4th, and 5th all involved. Marty Bryan, Cassidy Michael, and Matt Fernsler coming to a stop. So Justin Harrington going to be promoted 3 positions. He's inside the top 5. Justin rolled off in the 11th position. That car has been very quick all season long. He's got a couple of wins here. Now it's just going to be a matter of who's going to have the big fight and really who's going to make the mistake. We saw the mistake out of Marty Bryan that's going to put him to the back. There's a long way to go here, but there's a lot of fast cars to come past. Field makes their way off of turn number 2. It's going to take them just a minute to get the lineup square here. I want to remind everybody and offer a special thank you to our sponsor, RockAuto.com, for providing the wristbands for our racing events. Order auto parts online from RockAuto.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and have them conveniently delivered to your door. RockAuto.com has everything from maintenance parts like filters and brake pads to complete transmissions and engines. RockAuto.com even has traditional dealer-only parts like bumpers, engine computers, and OEM wheels, all at reliably low prices. Visit RockAuto.com and find all the parts your car or truck will ever need. And don't forget to let them know that you heard about RockAuto.com right here at Lanco's Clyde Martin Memorial Speedway. Field starting to get doubled up now. Harrington being lined up in the 3rd position, I believe. See how everybody's going to get squared away here. Lights are out. We're ready to roll. This one's going to be fun. Those leaders were banging wheels right off the start, Bradley.
Yeah, it looks like they're banging wheels now. They're anxious to get going again. And see Mike Glass is up there in the picture now. Sam Berger's having a great run. And there's Brent Shearer coming into the picture as well.
Lights are out. Green flag back in the air. We are underway again. Good start for Mike Cohen. Here's Mike Glass looking to the inside of Justin Harrington down the back straightaway. Glass to the inside. Harrington gets around Glass. He picks up 3rd. He's going to go to work on Zach Hollinger for 2nd. What a move by Justin Harrington. Quick crossover going into 3. New 2nd place runner, Justin Harrington. That car is absolutely on rails and working anywhere that Justin Harrington wants it to work. Marty Bryan, big hit up into the outside wall. He makes contact with Cassidy Michael. That car stops again. Also the 56 of Dick Huzzard comes to a stop in turn 2. Marty able to keep the 16 rolling. Cassidy Michael comes to a stop inside of turn 2. Wonder if that's a little bit of, I don't want to say rust, but Cassidy she's a competitive soccer player as well. She hasn't spent as much time in a race car this year. You almost got to know that a guy like Marty is going to be outside. You almost have to anticipate it when you know he's around you.
Yeah, and you're also a very fast car. And this is where it came in with my injury. When you're a fast car, you don't expect somebody to pass you because you're fast. So you're not really worried about that. You're worried about passing other cars. So it's probably a racing deal. I missed it, and I know Cassidy might be struggling with a little bit of front-end damage from the first wreck.
Yeah, there were a couple of big hits there. Marty Bryan actually has hit very hard twice now. He bounced the car over the infield tires several times on the first yellow. Basically had the right sides up on the outside retaining wall as they rode through turn 2. So we'll see how that 16 is going to handle. Mike Cohen really did not want to see that caution flag, because Justin Harrington now going to be able to restart to his outside. And Harrington has set the fastest lap of the race, so really don't want to miss this one up. I mean, Harrington's quick lap is 11.719. It's 11.722 to Mike Cohen. Those two cars are the quickest by about 0.2 of a second, though, as we take a look at timing and scoring. So 9 laps down, 26 laps remaining in the second Clyde Martin Memorial Race, presented by Gold Rush Trailer Sales. Find them online at goldrushinc.com. goldrushinc.com. The 3 of Mike Miller in the infield, the 46 of Austin Gravy, and they are going to be joined by the 3Y of Zach Young. Zach was running in the 11th position at the time of the caution. Zach going to fall out of the race. He will finish in the 22nd position. $750 on the line tonight to win this feature event, and it paid $65 just to start. Increases in payouts all the way through, and no points on the line means everybody gunning for the front. Mike Glass timed that start just about perfect. Got outside of Justin Harrington, has to fall back in line behind Zach Hollinger. Top 5-6 cars now all single file, side-by-side battle. Marty Bryan's already worked his way up inside. He's around Eddie Nocera. Now he's going to work inside of Isaac Graby in the 77. Shifting the attention back to the front of the field. The race for the lead is less than a car length apart. Justin Harrington all over the tail tank of Mike Cohen as they get into turn number 3. 11 laps in the books. We're just now hitting a full feature left to go. Oh, Marty Bryan clips the 77 of Isaac Graby going into 1 and 2. Alex Lucas right there in the 44X as well. One of Alex's sponsor groups, the Pain Tour, has about 40 people here. They set up a big old party in the infield. Trouble off of turn number 2. The 28 of Kyle Lindsay comes to a stop. Didn't quite see what happened there to the 28. Looked like he was just slow off the corner. Kind of surprised a little bit here, Bradley, that we haven't seen Justin Harrington make the big move, even on the restart. He knows the car is fast. It's come from the back, or at least the middle of the pack. He's going to have to make that move fairly soon if he wants to try to run away from this thing.
Yeah, I think he knows he needs to play it a little cautious. I mean, you still got, like you said, a full feature left to go. He doesn't want to jump the gun, make the move, make a mistake, and yeah, you might let 1 or 2 cars by, but you could also wreck and go all the way to the back. If you watch him, he's running about a half a car length, maybe a full car length higher than Mike Cohen in the 26, and it's keeping his momentum up through the turns, and he's getting runs, especially off of 2. And I think that's where he's going to probably make the move. It looked like he was doing it right before the caution, and then had to back out.
Yeah, that's one of the things that was kind of interesting. It's almost like they're trying to widen the racetrack out just a little bit of at a time. Is it really just a matter of doing the grip hunt the entire time you're out there and feeling it work its way higher?
Yeah, and you want to kind of get out of the dirty air. I mean, these guys don't have it that much like the 600s, but when you're out front in the 600, have clean air in front of you, your car handles perfect. When you're in a group and have dirty air, and it's the air blowing off the wings of the other cars. It messes you up, and it messes your car handling up. You don't have the downforce that you usually do. So he's just looking for a good smooth run, and the turns, I mean, they're banked turns, so he's keeping his momentum on that banking.
Well, some of this might even just be playing the patience game, waiting for the race leader to make a mistake. It's very difficult to run 25 laps clean at the front of the field, especially the race starts to get late. You're hearing every noise. Everything sounds just a little bit off in that race car when you're the leader. Lights are out. We are getting ready to roll here. Keep your eye on that 647 of Brent Shearer. He started 17th, now runs in the 5th position. Green flag back in the air. It's a good restart for Cohen. He's going to be the leader at the line. Shearer tried to look inside of Mike Glass into 1 and 2. He had the front bumper there, but that's not enough to get the job done. The battle for the race lead, just like you saw Bradley say, Justin Harrington about half a lane higher in 1 and 2. Harrington tries the inside off of 3 and 4. New race leader at the line, Justin Harrington by 2 100s. Caution flag is out. Trouble again for the 57 of Cassidy Michael. Also the 26 of Tyler Martin involved in that one as well. Trouble for Cassidy Michael. 3 strikes and you're out. That will be the end of the night for the number 57. That car will have to head off the racetrack. One of the rules that you see here at the Clyde, seeing one of the comments here that they should have left the tires out. The tires were all the way in against that inside berm for the 600s. How much of a difference does that make? It only looks like it's about 3 feet, but to a driver, I'd imagine that's all the space in the world.
Yeah, it is, and there was a lot of moisture down there because all they ran on that was the 600 feature, and it would have made it a lot racier. Where they're at now, they got if you run the bottom and you're good in that little bit of black slick, you can handle that. Now you got another lane like Justin used above that, but it's different. So if you have it all straight right around the tires, you're not going to see the racing like we're seeing right now.
I would tend to agree with that. When you've basically opened up the racetrack and taken away that extra grippiness that these cars will really benefit from. 15 laps in the books, now 20 laps remaining. Justin Harrington, the race leader, they crossed the line. The caution came out before they got to turn 1, but Justin Harrington, your race leader, by 2 100ths of a second at the line. It was about the length of the front bumper. He's now going to get to choose to restart on the inside. Field's getting the 1-to-go signal. We're going to be ready to roll here again. Zach Hollinger and Mike Glass going to make up row number 2. Row 3, Brent Shearer and Holden Ekman. Row 4, Marty Bryan and Isaac Graby. That 16 machine is probably the fastest car on the racetrack getting through traffic. Green flag on the speedway. You got trouble for the 3. Big hit. They're going to wad them up in turns 3 and 4. Huge crash in turn 4. Multiple cars involved in this one. Tyler Martin in the 26, the 13 of Shane Davis involved, the 16 of Marty Bryan, the 19 of Matt Fernsler standing on his tail tank right now. The 3X of Kenny Bushy also involved in that one. The 44 of Riley Simmons. One car made very hard contact with the outside wall, seeing the 11H of Holden Ekman pushing off the racetrack. At the turn 2 exit gate, quick work by the track crew to start getting these cars unhooked from each other. The EMTs are going to check everybody over. Bradley, this one might be easier to say who was not involved based on who's still cycling down here at half track. That's got to be one of your worst feelings as a driver. You see that track blocked and there's just no way to get stopped in time.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's a racing deal. I mean, sometimes you can't get through them all. It looked like Zach Hollinger in the 3 didn't get up to speed there. Looked like he might have either missed a shift, the car stalled out on a mid-turn, and it was just a pile up from there.
That's what we saw here a week ago. It seems like there's more of those issues happening with some of these cars at the front of the field. Maybe earlier in the season we might have been able to say with the big long layoff that we've had, you could develop some rust. These guys really should be ready to go by this point. Interesting to see how the mechanical gremlins can jump up, and one tiny mistake leads to a whole bunch of wadded up race cars.
Yeah, and also these cars, I mean, you're running you're building your motor to be the best as it can be. So there's points where some gears, I mean, being on a restart, I would imagine maybe a tooth broke in a transmission gear, and that jumps you out of gear for a second or two till you can figure it all out. And maybe Zach Hollinger's dealing with something like that, a sprocket coming off and his chain falling off. There's a lot of different things that could be involved.
Seeing Zach Hollinger on the back of the four-wheeler, that car will be done for the night. Marty Bryan is able to push off and continue. Taking a look at some of the other cars that were involved down there. Matt Fernsler has been uprighted and put back on all four wheels. The 77 of Isaac Graby, that car is getting pushed off. Looks like he may be able to rejoin the field. There is some pretty heavy wing damage on that machine. The 78 of Sarah Borer also able to continue. 44 of Riley Simmons is on the hook. Looks like the night is over for the driver of that Superior Homes entry. Looks like also the 04 of Sam Borger may have been caught up in that a little bit as well. Sam doesn't look like he have too much damage on that machine, so he's able to get refired and pushed back off. Same cannot be said for the 3X. I believe that car is going to go on the hook as well. I want to say a very happy birthday to Rick Light, father of Zach Light from the whole Zach Light Racing team. Zach getting a good finish for Dad on his birthday. Also, big congratulations to Nate Gibble and Brittany Zeller on the birth of their baby girl last night. From Gibble Racing and the entire Clyde Martin Memorial Speedway family. The 3 of Zach Hollinger being pushed off the racetrack, so his night will be done as well. At the front of the field, Justin Harrington and Mike Cohen will restart on the front row. Mike Glass and Brent Shearer are going to make up row number 2. 44X of Alex Lucas now looks to be inside the top 5. Let's head downstairs to Debbie Splain. She's with Holden Ekman.
Hey, Holden, can you tell us what had happened out there?
All I know is the two cars in front of me kind of got locked together, and I was hoping to slip by them on the outside, and I must have just launched up over the right rear, and away I went.
We'll hope you get it back together, and we see you back here in a couple weeks.
Hopefully. Thank you.
Thank you, Holden. Back to you, Chris.
Thank you very much, Debbie. Yep, your top 5 going to be Justin Harrington, Mike Cohen, Mike Glass, Brent Shearer, and Alex Lucas. Eddie Nocera looks to be like he is running in the 6th position. A lot of fast cars taken out in these incidents. The 22 of Jared St. John running inside the top 10. The car did not turn a lap in hot laps or the heat race. Got out into the consolation race. Couple of cars wrecked out. The 22 started this race with exactly 1 lap on the odometer tonight. Now running in the 7th position. He's going to have Marty Bryan restarting to his outside, and then some of the cars that were involved in this incident will start to file in. Dick Huzzard going to fall in line, basically right behind Jared St. John and Marty Bryan. Lights are out. Going to be a single file restart. 15 down, 20 laps to go. A couple of laps shy of halfway. Hollinger into the restart zone. He fires off. Good restart for Justin Harrington. He's going to be a race leader off of 4. Marty Bryan comes around Matt Fernsler. He's now going to go to work. Oh, Marty has trouble. That right front may be broken on that machine. That car did not want to turn as it got into turn 1. He's going to pull it off into the infield. That's the end of the night for Marty Bryan. Justin Harrington, the race leader, checking out the lead. 0.8 of a second the last time by. This time they worked their way past. 1.2 seconds, and Harrington sets the quickest lap of the race that time by. 18 laps remaining. Cross flags are out. We are halfway home. Brent Shearer catching up to Mike Glass for third. Check that one out, the 77 of Isaac Gravy, the wing dangling just about into the car. Trouble for Mike Glass. Mike Glass, your third place runner, pulls off into the infield. End of the night for Mike Glass. Isaac Gravy, and that's 77, up to the 7th position, battling with Shane Davis. Bradley, there is no way that that car is handling the way he wants it to at this point.
No, that wing is a big deal in these cars, and it's just like driving around with a giant billboard on top of it now.
You can see that car not handling well as Shane Davis comes around to his inside. Race leader Justin Harrington working his way through traffic. Coming around the outside of Dick Huzzard, catching up to Matt Fernsler and Sam Borger. Mike Cohen a straightaway back. Brent Shearer running a couple of car lengths back of Cohen. The gap is closing there. Gravy in the 77 pulls it off into the infield. His night will be done. Justin Harrington now with 10 laps remaining, 25 down, 10 to go. He's going to have a clear racetrack for the next couple of laps, while Mike Cohen is just getting up into that lap traffic, and he's got Brent Shearer all over his tail tank. Shearer looks to the outside. Cohen right there. They're going to split Dick Huzzard off the corner. Oh, Huzzard bottles up Cohen. That's going to let Brent Shearer come around. The 26 of Tyler Martin slows off of turn 4, pulls into the infield. 27 down, 8 laps remaining. Justin Harrington is long gone. The gap now all the way to 4 seconds for your race leader. He's got half a racetrack over second place, Brent Shearer. Third, going to be the 26C of Mike Cohen. Alex Lucas not able to gain any ground on Cohen. But after the season he's had so far at the Clyde, that one's going to feel pretty good for Alex Lucas as well. Justin Harrington gets inside of Shane Davis and Eddie Nocera in turns 1 and 2. 30 down, 5, now make it 4 laps remaining for the driver of the 76. Field pretty well single filed out. Harrington down to 3 laps remaining. He's almost catching up to Alex Lucas to put 4th place, 1 lap down. 2 to go this time by, and it is Justin Harrington's show tonight. Clean and green off of turn 2 into turns 3 and 4. He'll see the white flag 1 more lap around for Justin Harrington. His father Jimmy has 3 of these trophies. Get ready to open up the trophy case. Number 4 coming home with Justin Harrington. Checkered flag, $750 to Justin Harrington. Brent Shearer with a fantastic run to come home second. Mike Cohen third. Alex Lucas fourth. Shane Davis finishing 5th, 1 lap down. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? One pumped up winner. Give a round of applause for Justin Harrington. We'll pick up our Victory Lane interviews over here. Let's get Mike Cohen up here. We've got the water bottle coming down for you. You started up front in this one. The pill pull was only a 5, so this car was really quick for most of the night.
Yeah, we actually felt really good going into the night, and we're up there second quick with everyone else that's up here. So we felt pretty good, and it shows. Would like to get a win here. This one's kind of eluded me, but coming back from retirement and just getting a couple races in here, I'm happy to be out here. Real happy.
All right, Mike, congratulations on the third place finish. Brent Shearer, come on up here, bud. Our second place finisher tonight. You're the hard charger, but you're one place short of claiming the win. How was that 647 machine again?
It was fast, just starting in the back sucks and starting behind Justin. We all three put good time into all these cars, and we're all rocketed fast. So it's whoever did out front fastest and did clean laps. So.
All right, buddy. You were running a 410 last night at the Grove. You're out here running a 125 and a 4-stroke tonight. Could there be a bigger difference between those race cars?
I don't think so.
All right. Congratulations on the second place finish, Brent. Who do you got to thank?
I got to thank RJ. He lets me have his truck and his trailer and his car, and I put all the money or all the time into it during the week and did it here. So he didn't supply the money, we wouldn't be here. So can't thank him enough.
All right, Brent. Congratulations again. We'll swing down here and pick up our race winner. This guy is absolutely jacked up. We said your dad has 3 of these things at home. Now you're getting to bring one home for the trophy case. That's got to be really cool.
Well, he's actually got won it 3 times, and you get to retire the trophy. So, yeah, all week long, I've been getting up for work and coming home and peeking in there. He has it on his dresser. And I said, well, do we have room for one more? And, you know, I can't thank these guys enough. You know, Brent, you know, helps with everything. Zach's running the other car. RJ, when I need parts and stuff. And my sponsors, Alfred and Sam's Italian Bakery and Clay Realty. And most important, my dad, man. He's the reason why I'm sitting here. You know, he showed me everything that he knew back through tapes and stuff like that. And I would never think that I'd be standing down here and have my name on this trophy, just like my old man. But it's so awesome. Might start tearing up here. But whoa, this is awesome, man.
Whole lot of pride in this one. Justin, you got the thank yous in. You did the whole thing in one answer. That's pretty impressive. But this car came from the middle of the pack. You didn't get to start up front tonight. You were fighting lap traffic a lot of the night. How do you put all that together? Is that just a little bit of luck? Is that a little help? That's a big deal to come from where you started.
I'd have to say it's luck, too. I mean, there was a lot of good drivers in front of me, and I just knew, you know, like my dad kept telling you, 35 laps, man, take your time. And I knew as soon as the green light flag stopped, just like the other week we won, I knew right away this car was good. Just drive the heck out of it. The harder you drive it, you know, the faster it's going to go. Racing with Mike, man, that was awesome there. I would have never thought that I could move up a lane and hit the moisture and get that run until I passed my teammate Zach so fast. I said, okay, well, now we got a shot at winning. So.
All right, Justin, congratulations. We're going to head back upstairs here. We'll pass the mic off to Debbie Splain. She's going to get ready for the next grid walk. Good.
right, I'm going to start off the grid walk here with Dan Lane. Dan, you had a great run last week going from 20th to 5th, starting 17th to 9th. Are you looking for your first chance at this Clyde Martin Trophy?
Yeah, it's an outside chance, starting 17th, but at least we got a little extra time to get there. I don't know, I'd like to thank Damian and Veronica Fulcher and all the third-gen guys for giving me this opportunity. I don't know. If we end up winning this thing, you have to drag me out of victory lane, I'll tell you that.
All right, well, thank you and good luck.
Thank you, appreciate it.
And I got one more. Make my way over to Alex Swift. Alex, you got your first win in this last week. I believe it was two weeks ago. It won this car. Have the first chance of taking this Clyde Martin Trophy down in New Jersey. How do you feel?
I feel good. That would be great to win it, but right now we just got to survive and hope we're behind that 5K up front at the end.
All right, well, thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Back to you, Chris.
Thank you very much, Debbie. We've got the 270s ready to roll out on the racetrack. Special check-in on the comments here. Barry Angstadt says he's watching from Marion, Illinois, where the high bags hustle has been postponed by an aqueous aerial discharge until tomorrow. One of those words you don't say at a racetrack. We'll let Barry get away with it in the comments. Also, Stephen Dravicki is watching, one of the stars of the USAC East Coast Wingless Series. Would not be surprised to see Stephen out here coming up in a couple of weeks in a USAC midget or one of those hyper racing 600s. Getting the car of Justin Harrington pushed off the racetrack. So Bradley, you are the defending champ of this one. You were telling us last week that was really going to be tough to have to watch these 270s. This is a trophy you're very proud to have in your trophy case as well.
Yeah, and the thing that stings the most is I have it twice. This could be my third. I could be able to keep it, and I can't even defend it.
So we'll actually, I guess we'll have two defending champions, so to speak, next year because you didn't get to defend this year. Looking forward to having you back in the race car. One of the neat things is when you win this race, you're having to beat the likes of Mike Rutherford and Nick Skias, and I mean a lot of the best that have ever sat in a 270 are still running this race here tonight.
Yeah, it's really cool to run guys like that, and when you get the trophy, to look down through all the names. I mean, there's names from the 60s and all the way down through to ours from the year before, and to see all the names and how many some people have won, it's incredible.
Yeah, one of the best to ever steer a 270, Mike Rutherford, in this field tonight. 8 straight track championships, and he'll be the defending champion next year again since we're not running for points this year. That car is very, very quick. The 82 of Heath Hanley in that Gold Rush trailer sales entry, that car has been lightning quick this year as well. I want to say a big thank you to everybody at Gold Rush Trailer Sales for their support of Clyde Martin Memorial Speedway, and Gold Rush has been sponsoring this race for many, many years now, so really appreciate all of their hard work, and that's really why we're able to offer the big payouts here tonight, is everybody at Gold Rush Trailer Sales. Find them online at goldrushinc.com. Starting lineup for tonight's 270 feature, already halfway home through these 35-lap features. On the pole will be the number 1L of Dave Labe, to the outside the 34 of Christy Swigert. The 5A of Anthony Yerger and the 19 of Matt Fernsler will roll off in row number 2. The 2 of Mike Miller and the 92 of Jason Swavely in row number 3. Row 4 will have the 55 of Pete Skias and the 5K of Mike Rutherford. Heath Hanley in the 82 and Johnny West in the 49W occupy row number 5. The 02 of Alex Swift and the 87 of Austin Graby in row 6. Row 7, the 96W of Chase Walker and the 63 of Todd J. Adams. Row 8, the 3S of Nick Skias and the 4K of Trent Eberhardt. Row number 9, the 29J of Danny Lane Jr. and the 20 of Corey Schmuck Jr. Row 10, the 21 of Toby Blumenshine and Tommy Rinks. 11R occupies position number 20. Row 11, the 53 of Billy Logeman and the 22 of Clinton Hauser. And all alone out back in row number 12, the 88D of Andrew Dietrich and the 48 of Jonah Meck. Tell you what, Bradley, this is a stacked field from top to bottom in this one. You can't go wrong with some of the cars at the front, but the inversion pill was 8. So judging by the look on your face, those cars are going to be really quick coming from right about the middle of the field.
Yeah, there's a lot of good cars there, 5th on back. I mean, you still got guys up front, too, like Matt Fernsler won at Linda's last weekend. Anthony Yerger's got a lot of wins here. I think he has a 270 win this season. Christy Swigert's really good on the bottom. She's hard to pass. We're going to see somebody maybe come from outside the top 10 to win this one.
Green flags in the air. We are underway. Good start for Dave Labe. He's going to be a race leader into 1. Christy Swigert holds on to 2nd, but here comes the Rocket Man from Fleetwood. Jason Swavely high, wide and handsome off turn 3 and 4. Going to try to get past the 34 down the front stretch. 1 lap in the books. Swavely comes around Swigert for 2nd. He's going to bring the 5A of Anthony Yerger with him. We're really starting to see the second groove up against the fence start to open up. Mike Rutherford running that line as well. Dave Labe setting quick lap times. The gap 1.1 seconds to Jason Swavely. Anthony Yerger catching up to the 92. Good side-by-side battle. That's the 5K of Mike Rutherford. The 2 of Mike Miller. Christy Swigert in the middle of that fight as well. Miller able to come to the outside, pick up this spot off of Rutherford. Rutherford almost got into the right rear. How about Pete Skias? He's racing his way to the front as well. Started in the 7th position. Caution, caution. Multiple car accident in turn 2. The 63 of Tajay Adams, the 87 of Austin Graby involved in that one as well. Another car spun around backwards. Can't read the number on it. Looks like the 4K of Trent Eberhardt also involved in that one. Cars running 12th, 13th, and 14th at the time. And Bradley, that's one of the things that we talked about a little bit. You miss a shift, you make a tiny little mistake, and it turns into a big problem.
Yeah, these guys are all pretty equal speed-wise. And when you get one mistake, you got guys breathing down your back, especially when the track's widen out. You got guys running the bottom, and you got a couple others committed to the top. And when you're committed to the top and you're right on somebody, just trying to find that little bit more speed to make a move.
Truly is one of those instances where when you're running the high line here, if you run out of space, you truly have nowhere to go. That everybody, it seems like, as these cars start to spin around, they head to the outside, you're kind of caught up in it. Only 5 laps in, some of these drivers have races already in the books tonight. Someone like Christy Swigert, she's run hot laps, she's run her heat race, but that's a long layoff as opposed to some of these drivers that have had to run either the 600 or the 125.
Yeah, and the biggest change with that is you have guys out there that just got out of the car from like Isaac Gravy and guys like that they've run just recently. They know what the track's like. They can relay to their team, hey, the track's slicking off, we need to tighten up a little bit. So they have an advantage where you got others that, I mean, the track was real nice and heavy and smooth, and it was good for the heats, and now everything's changed.
It's kind of interesting that you say that because you really get a feel for how much they can actually change in that very short time span when you're sitting in staging, getting ready to roll off here. How much input can you really give as a driver? Can you take a big swing at it right before the race starts?
Yeah, you can. Especially sitting in the hot chute, you'll see a lot of guys come to the front to the fence and be able to watch a couple laps, and they're watching for where guys are running, and if guys are super tight out there, because we talk in the pits, we know what everybody's really doing and how guys are running. So if somebody's real tight up top, you're gonna free your car up before you even get out there.
Really an interesting perspective there on the kind of changes these drivers are going to make pre-race. Lights are out, green flag back in the air. Good start for Dave Lay, but here comes Jason Swavely looking to the outside. They almost got up into the outside wall down off of turn 4. 3, almost 4 wide back in the field. Swavely looks to the inside for the race lead. Cohen car goes around. Couple of other cars making contact. Caution is on the speedway. That's the 22 of Clinton Hauser going around. Hauser was running in the 23rd position at the time of the caution. I guess it was a little bit further up because the field really barreling down on him. I saw Corey Schmuck make contact. Not sure who else may have made contact. Hearing that the 5K going to head to the rear. Mike Rutherford stopped in the incident. He was running 5th at the time. Bradley, you're gesticulating at me over here. What do you see down there?
Yeah, it looks like Mike Rutherford in the 5K has a flat left rear, left front, sorry.
You would know this better than I would. Ordinarily, you would think change the flat. You can't do that here. You pull off the racetrack, you're done for the night. Could you run the rest of this race? Could you go 30 laps on a flat left front?
A left front is probably the most doable. You're usually, you're turning left. You have the weight to the right side of the car in the turn, so you can get away with it for a while. Coming from the back of the pack, trying to pass people, it might get a little dicey. But he's a smart driver. He knows how he can run that car, and I'm sure he's run it like that before.
So we'll see Mike Rutherford going to head in towards the back of the field. He's going to have to fall in line behind everybody else that did not stop as a result of the caution. So we'll see what that's going to mean for Mike Rutherford as this race continues on.
Looks like he's going on the hook, Chris.
Yeah, there you go. That's the answer. Mike Rutherford on the hook. His night will finish, at least here in the 270s. And Rutherford not running the Sportsman division feature after this one, so his night will finish up. He's going to head out a little bit early. Trouble as well for Jason Swavely in the 92. Swavely getting pushed into the infield. Jason Swavely was running second, and that car was very, very fast. Back-to-back wins here at the Clyde over the last couple of weeks. Two of the fastest in the business going out early here, Bradley. Mike Rutherford and Jason Swavely. What does that do for a guy like Anthony Yerger at the front of the field when you start to see that competition fall out? It kind of amps you up in the driver's seat, I would imagine.
Yeah, it does. Last season, when I won the Clyde, I actually had a lot of fortune. Rutherford dropped out early. Nick Skias burnt, leading, gave me the lead. So I might not have won last year, but this is a battle of attrition, and you have to be there at the end.
Absolutely. I would imagine even things like tire management are really going to come into play in this one as well. Green flag goes back in the air. New lineup at the front of the field. Dave Labe, Anthony Yerger, Mike Miller going to be your top three. Here's Yerger inside of Miller. They're going to battle side by side through turns 3 and 4. Slide job, Yerger. Cross drag race at the line. Give it to Mike Miller at the line. 1/1000th of a second between those two. Don't look now, a little further back in the field. The 3S of Nick Skias is on the charge. Skias started in the 15th position. Nick now running 10th and picking his way forward car by car. Only 8 laps in the books. There is still a long, long way left to go in this 270 feature. Look a little bit ahead of that 3S. Oh, here's Heath Hanley. He's going to spin to the infield. He's able to keep the car rolling, but that 82 is going to have to come from the back to the front. Mark that lap down. Lap number 9, Heath Hanley went to the back. When's he going to make it back to the front? Race leader off of turn 4 past the start-finish line. Dave Labe with a 1.3-second advantage over Mike Miller. Anthony Yerger still third. Pete Skias up to 4th. That 55 machine started in the 7th position. Trouble, one car going around. Caution flag, turn 2. looks to be the 4K of Trent Eberhardt going around in turn number 2. Bradley, one of the things that we talked about a little bit here was these races are 35 laps in distance. You're packing an extra 10 on. Do you mentally have to prepare for that as a driver? You look up at the scoreboard now, you would think you're halfway. Now tonight you're still 5 laps shy of halfway.
Yeah, it does make a big difference. You got to, first of all, remember to put enough fuel in to get to 35 laps. I know several people have not done that in the past. I want to give a good shout out to Dave Labe running a great race. He's been battling all year with troubles running mid-pack, and looks like he's finally got his stuff figured out.
Well, let's head downstairs to Debbie Splade. She's with Jason Swavely.
Thank you, Chris. Jason, you had a great run going out there. 6th up to 2nd. Can you tell us what happened?
The chain fell off under the caution. We definitely had a really good car. I think we had a shot at winning it, but it happened, so.
All right, well, hopefully we see you back after the break.
Thank you.
Back to you, Chris.
Thank you, Debbie. That's got to be such a gut punch, Bradley, that your car's fast and you have one of those kind of fluky mechanical gremlins pop up.
Yeah, it's definitely not the night to have it, and usually this is a double point show. So, again, this is probably the season that's the weirdest for us, and we'll see what happens.
We're back under green. Mike Miller to the inside. What a pass on Dave Labe. Caution flag's going to come out. The pass is going to go away. The leaders did not cross the stripe. Matt Fernsler involved in that one. Also, looks like the 48 of Jonah Meck may be involved. Trying to see that third car that stopped over there as well.
It looks like the 21 of Toby Blumenstein and the 11H.
Yep, that's the 11R. Tommy Rink in the 11R. Toby Blumenstein in the 21 also involved. Matt Fernsler in the 19. Fernsler has not had a good night tonight. The car's been pretty quick in a couple of different divisions this season. Fernsler getting a win either a week ago or 2 weeks ago, picking up his first win in the 270s up at Linda's. So the car's got speed in it, just has not had the luck this season. We talk about the gut punch when the goofy stuff happens. How's that one for Mike Miller? You time the restart perfect. You make the pass cleanly. Everything's good, and the caution flag comes out. Wipe it off the board. Restart single file.
Yeah, that's one that's gonna eat at him, and I'm sure he's planning on doing the same exact thing. But now Dave Labe knows. He knows what's coming behind him. He knows where it's gonna happen at, so he can try and block.
How does this affect you as a race leader when you're watching? You can't necessarily watch the line expand and widen out, whereas if you're running second, third, fourth, you can kind of get a feel. The leader's here, I'm quick here. Do you feel like a sitting duck a little bit as the leader at times?
Yeah, you don't know if you're getting away from them or not. You don't know if you're running the quickest line. They could have moved to the top and are gaining on you like crazy, and you have no idea. So you're just trying to hit your marks and hope it's working the best that it can and that they can't get by you.
Looks like the lights are out and we are ready to go back to green flag racing. One of those things to bear in mind if you're not familiar with sprint car racing, no mirrors, no spotters, and at most of these racetracks the lighting's not good enough for the crew guys to give you some good signals in the corner either. You're really on your own. Green flag back in the air. It's a good restart for Dave Labe. Everybody clean off at turn 4. Mike Miller going to fall right back in line. Big wheel stand out of the 88 Dave Andrew Dietrich off at turn 2. Field's going to get the lap in the books. Down to 22 laps remaining here in the Clyde Martin Memorial, presented by Gold Rush Trailer Sales. Battle for the race lead. Miller inside of Labe off of 4. Swings the back end out. That's going to let Labe drive down the back straightaway. Keep his foot in it. Little bit of a soft slider for Mike Miller. Oh, they make contact off of turn 4. Battle for the race lead. Labe almost slides up. He's going to bottle the whole field up behind him. Pete Skias to the outside. Trent Eberhardt almost into the outside wall off at 2. Mike Miller, your race leader. Pete Skias now runs second. Here comes Nick Skias up to third. He's going to look inside of Dave Labe off at turn 2. Going to be the cross flag. Should be this next couple of laps away anyway. 17 going on the board. 18 laps remaining. Nick Skias and Dave Labe still battle for the third position. Skias has the preferred line on the inside. Labe able to keep it wound up, but he's got to give up the spot to Skias. Skias looked like Nick might have gotten a little bit loose in turn one. That bottled Labe up, allowed Alex Swift to come past in the 0-2. That 0-2 machine, actually the winner here 1 week ago. That car has 2 wins on the season. Alex Swift, very, very fast around this place, and he's going on the hunt for Nick Skias. Labe gets loose off of turn 2 with lap 20 on the board. That's going to push him back into a fight with Tajay Adams. Race leader about to start catching lap traffic. That will come into play. Jonah Meck in the 48 pulls it off to the infield. 22 on the scoreboard. Top 3, about a second and a half between each of them. Tightest battle on the racetrack is going to be between Corey Schmuck and Anthony Yerger. That's the battle for the 5th position. Schmuck trying to make the inside work, but Yerger able to keep it wound up on the outside. The race leader off of turn 2. Pete Skias is catching the race leader. Miller getting past the 22 with Clinton Hauser. Skias pushes hard down to the inside. Hauser knows he's there now. We'll see how difficult Matt Fernsler is going to make it for Mike Miller to get by. 26 laps on the board now. Yerger and Schmuck still battling side by side for that 5th position. The lead continues to shrink. It's down to 9/10 of a second. 2 of the most experienced drivers in the 270 division here, Mike Miller and Pete Skias, fight their way down the backstretch and into turn 3. Miller inside of Fernsler. Fernsler's not going to make it easy. Little bit of a bottle up there with Tommy Rink in the 11R as well. The race leader is stuck. He's caught in behind lap traffic. Pete Skias is there. 3 wide going around Christy Swigert right ahead of the race leaders. 5 laps remaining, and this one is not over. Miller to the outside of Swigert. Skias right there as well. Nick Skias able to use this to catch back up as well. Oh, what a pass by Mike Miller on Matt Fernsler. Through the slider clean in turns 3 and 4. Gapped himself about 5 car lengths back to Pete Skias in second. Twin sticks out at the start-finish line, this time by Alex Swift. Now going to fight with Nick Skias. That's the battle for third. The battle for the race lead. Still a half-second gap. Matt Fernsler holding up Pete Skias. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Race leader off of turn 2, down the back straightaway. Into 3 and 4. Twin checkers at the line. Mike Miller gets the win in the 270s over Pete Skias. Nick Skias, your podium. Alex Swift comes home 4th. 5th to Anthony Yerger, and a big moment for Andrew Dietrich off of turn 4. What a fantastic race that one was. We're going to head downstairs to talk to Nick Skias, Pete Skias, and your Clyde Martin Memorial presented by Gold Rush Trailer Sales winner, Mike Miller. Before we head downstairs to talk to our race winner here, Bradley Brown's going to head back out here. Thank you very much for joining us and providing some color commentary tonight.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. It's always good talking with you guys and watching the races from a different viewpoint.
All right, Bradley. Stay well, man. Recuperate, and hopefully we can see you back out here soon.
Oh, I'll be back.
We'll start our Victory Lane interviews off for the 270s with Nick Skias. Good run for you tonight. You got beat by a couple of guys that are, we'll say, a little older than you anyway. Really nice run for the 3S, though.
Yeah, after how I feel after that race, I don't know how they're holding up, but I really worked hard for that one. It definitely wasn't easy. Coming from 15th, the starting spot definitely hurt us a little bit. But I think we had a good race car. I'm not sure if we were as good as them or not. Lap traffic was letting me close a little bit, but I would have struggled with lap traffic as much as they were. My motor was about to let go. I wanted to slow down a little bit through the center to get off a little bit better, but my motor was laying down, so I had to stay in it and keep the tires spinning just to make sure I didn't create any more heat.
All right, Nick, congratulations. It's still a very, very good run tonight. Who do you got to thank?
I got to thank the Schaefer family again, Denver Meats, Twin Pine Ford, Viper Chassis, Chuck Skias, Blanco Speedway. Everybody puts on a great show, and thank the fans for coming out.
All right, Nick, congratulations. Good, solid third-place run tonight. Let's bring Mr. Viper Chassis up here, Pete Skias. Pete, it's our first time to get to talk to you, which stinks because several weeks ago you spun early, finished second, whatever it was. You know, you've had a really good year. This car has been fast since we got going.
Yeah, the car has been excellent. I mean, I can't say enough about these Viper chassis. They're up front all the time. I mean, they're good race cars. Just didn't have quite enough. Mike was good tonight. Mike was really good. Let's hear it for the old guys.
Yeah, that's right. The old guys rule out here tonight. How is it getting through lap traffic? I mean, that was a hornet's nest at time you guys were fighting through.
Yeah, it was. And we got, in the beginning, it wasn't bad. Then we got to that pack, and they weren't moving. And Mike slipped up here, and I would have got him, and I slipped up because I seen the opportunity. But, hey, it was a good race.
All right, Pete, congratulations. Who do you got to thank?
Thank you very much.
All right, let's head down here to Victory Lane pickup race winner Mike Miller. I've heard at least the last 2 seasons that you're retiring and giving these things up. You keep coming back, you keep fighting with them, and now you're going home with another Clyde Martin Memorial.
It eluded me for how many years, and I picked one up 2 years ago, and then this one, which is very unexpected. But I got to say, I raced with Pete forever. Great driver, and probably the 2 oldest guys out here. So it's kind of good to kick some butt for the younger guys.
One of the things we noticed, we talked with Pete a little bit about, was the fight in lap traffic. That was not easy on any of you guys. You broke a sweat pretty clearly. It's hot out here. How was that fight for you?
Lap cars don't respect the move over flag, and I didn't want to go high and open up the bottom door until I got to Christian, and I had to, but you never know who's behind you, and if I would have seen it was Pete, I would have scared the crap out of me. So.
All right, Mike, congratulations. Who do you got to thank?
I got to thank my fiance isn't here tonight. Besides all my help, and I've been here a long time, there's a lot of good memories with a lot of people that passed on. It's just good memories to remember them.
All right, Mike, congratulations. Very emotional. Mike Miller, your race winner. We're coming back. One more feature event. That's going to be for the Sportsman. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mike Miller, Pete Skias, Nick Skias.
One more. Well, no, two, because you got to still come back up. And then down, and then up, and then down. Till you get everything down, right?
Let's head downstairs to Debbie Splain. She's ready for our final grid walk here on Clyde Martin Memorial Night.
Thanks, Chris. I'm down here with Jeremy Eisenhower. Jeremy, been out for a couple weeks here. Big race tonight. How do you feel?
I feel all right. The motor's finally working. I'm hoping I can just drive through. I'm just going to take my time.
All right. Well, thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
And then I'm going to do Jessica Moore here real quick. Jessica, you haven't been here much this season either, taking a couple weeks off there, correct? How do you feel going into this race tonight?
Pretty good. Just trying to finish. Keep the car in one piece.
All right. Well, thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Back to you, Chris.
Thank you, Debbie. One more 35-lap feature coming up here, and this one will be for the Sportsman. We'll get you the starting lineup here in just a moment once they get the cars rolling out onto the racetrack. First, need to say a big thank you to everybody who's helped make this night of racing possible, including Gold Rush Trailer Sales, the presenting sponsor of the Clyde Martin Memorial Night. Find them online at goldrushinc.com. Also, rockauto.com for helping us by providing our wristbands for all of our racing events throughout the season. Order your auto parts online from rockauto.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have them delivered conveniently to your door. Special thank you as well to Meshi Motorsports and Olivia Thayer for all the toy donations for the Kids Club and the Kids Day events and festivities we have going on. Cars starting to roll out onto the racetrack. Starting lineup for this one, the inversion pill was 1. So we're going to invert the front row only on this one. Jason Swavely and Billy Logeman going to make up the front row. Row number 2, the 77 of Mike Kreiser and the 21V of David Ravel. 10Z of Brian Shawley and the 53S of Shannon Slaughter in row 3. Row 4, the 88K of Kane Rogers and the 22 of Clinton Hauser. Row number 5, the 13S of Charles Hellinger and the 16P of Patrick Kern. Row number 6, the 15 of Robert Shanneman, and on the outside, the 11M of Jessica Moore. 88 of Jesse Maurer and the 26 of Corey Schmuck will start in row number 7. Row 8, the 7L of Chase Laser and the 23K of Courtney Cup. Row 9, the 19M of Max Fosnack and the 3S of Jeremy Eisenhower. Row 10 to 30 of Ryan Heckman and the 9G of Jamie Flickinger. Brett Cronrath in the 5 and Noah Murkey in the 18 will start in row number 11. Shotgun on the field, the 8 of Michael Spadafora and the 14M of Chelsea Moore. As they get these last couple of cars pushed out onto the racetrack, we'll take the quickie 2-minute commercial break here. We'll be right back. You're watching Race Night at the Clyde here on the National Racing Network.
At 600cc Performance, our roots run deep in CC racing. A leader in fuel injection, dyno tuning, wiring, and diagnostics. With over 15 years of experience in building and tuning, you can count on us to get you to the winner's circle. Whether it is diagnostics, sales, or service, 600cc Performance is your source for everything CC racing. Find out more at 600ccperformance.com.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I've taken 25 selfies in the last 10 minutes.
26.
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to race night at the Clyde. Just getting the last of the lineup squared away here for tonight's Sportsman feature. 35 laps the distance. Jason Swavely and Billy Logeman on the front row. Those two cars have been very quick all night long. And the inversion pill was only 2. Lineup is good. We are getting ready to go green. Swavely and Logeman lead the field off at turn number 2. Into the start zone. Green flags in the air. We are underway. Trouble for the 11M. Jessica Moore. She's going to be slow through the corner. One car spins, comes to a stop inside of turns 3 and 4. Caution flag is out. Yellow number 1 comes out without a lap in the books. The 8 of Michael Spadafora going around in turn number 3. Got hung up on the infield tires. Car comes to a stop. They should be able to get that machine refired here, and he'll tag in at the back of the pack. Everybody else going to stay doubled up. Will be a complete restart with the exception of the 8 of Spadafora. Lights are out. We are ready to go green once again. Take 2, attempt number 2 with a green flag. Green is out. We are underway. What a start at the front of the field. Billy Logeman going to fall right in behind Jason Swavely. They're going to duel for the race lead. Here comes Dave Ravel to the outside of Mike Chrysler down the backstretch. Big wheel stand out of the 88. Off at turn number 2, everybody stays clean and green. Swavely checks out, sets the quickest lap for the race. He had a lead of a half second first time by. Check it this time, it's up to 0.8 of a second. Swavely goes quicker again. Trouble for the 8 of Michael Spadafora. He's going to pull off into the infield. His night ends. 3 laps in the books. Best battle on the racetrack going to be the battle for the 6th position. Here's Patrick Kern diving to the inside of Kane Rogers. Rogers slides high. That's going to let Shannon Slaughter come up to the inside as well. Slaughter slides just a little bit high off of turn 2. The 22 of Clinton Hauser right there to go to battle with the 88 as well. Oh, a little bit of contact. Slaughter has to give up the spot to Rogers. A little bit of a wiggle there out of the 53, puts the 22 up into the outside wall. Here comes the 88 of Jesse Maurer and the 7L of Chase Laser going to fight with Slaughter as well. Corey Schmuck Jr. filing in behind Chase Laser. Trouble for the 5 of Brett Cronrath. That car comes to a stop off of turn number 4. Caution flag is out again with 27 laps to go. Several cars already going 1 lap down. Jessica Moore, Ryan Heckman, Max Fosnock, all being lapped by race leader Jason Swavely, who had a 2.5-second gap on Billy Logeman. The gap was almost another full 1.5 seconds back between Logeman and Dave Ravel for 3rd. front of the field really starting to get spread out as that racing went on. With only 7 on the scoreboard, still a whole lot of time for people to make their way towards the front. Jason Swavely, the quickest car on the racetrack, 11.363 seconds. Everybody else at least 11.5 or above. That 14 machine is really, really quick here at the front. Already with a couple of wins this season. But he's going to have Billy Logan in that Allen Racing number 48 to his outside as we get ready to roll again. Dave Ravel and Mike Kreiser will make up row number 2. Row 3, Brian Shawley and Patrick Kern. They're in the start box, green flag in the air. We are underway again. Good start for Swavely. He's going to cleanly lead the field off of 4. Big drive to the outside by Noah Murphy. Picked up 3 or 4 spots. Oh, Robert Shadman going to bottle everybody up. Courtney Cup really had to slam on the brakes. She's going to fall towards the back. At the front of the field, Patrick Kern and Mike Kreiser going to do battle for the 4th position. Top 3 starting to check out. 3 wide off in turn number 2. Clinton Hauser in the 88 of Jesse Maurer. Still going to fight side by side. Now they're going to get Kane Rogers in the 88 involved in that action. They're 3 wide again off in turn 2. Corey Schmuck Jr. and Chase Laser with the best view of that battle. Schmuck trying to get outside of Hauser in turns 3 and 4. 10 laps on the scoreboard. Jason Swavely's checked out. We'll stay with that battle between Corey Schmuck and Chase Laser. Caution flag on the speedway. Trouble for Ryan Heckman down the back straightaway. The 30 comes to a stop right in the middle of the backstretch. 11 on the scoreboard. Caution flag number 3 is out on the racetrack. Already with the 30 of Heckman pushed off and rejoining at the back of the field. Seeing the TSL Tim Schocklab on the side of that number 30 of Heckman. We want to offer our well wishes to Timmy Buckwalter, injured in a crash at Bridgeport Motorsports Park. Out for the season, couple of broken bones, a torn ACL. Helmet drive in the grandstands here, picking up a couple of $100 that will be delivered to Timmy Buckwalter. So thank you to all the generosity of the fans here in attendance tonight at the Clyde. $556 we're told. What a fantastic charitable group we have out here. Green flag back in the air, we're underway again. Swavely holds the race lead. They're going to be 3, almost 4 wide off in turn 2 towards the back of the pack. Cool, look at Corey Schmuck Jr. in the 26. That car high, wide, and handsome. Painted up like a World War II dive bomber. Corey Schmuck Jr. already up to the 7th position. A lot of side-by-side action. 3 wide going into turn 1. Clinton Hauser, Jeremy Eisenhower, Chase Laser. They get cleanly around Eisenhower. But Hauser and Laser still going to continue to fight for that position. That's back 8th, 9th, 10th position. Coming up to put lap number 15 on the board. Jason Swavely not able to get out to as big of a lead as on the last restart. The gap only 0.6 of a second back to Billy Logan in the 2nd position. Dave Ravel runs 3rd, a full second back to the 2 race leaders. Here comes Jesse Maurer to the inside of Patrick Kern. That'll be the battle for the 5th position. Making its way off the 2, give it to Maurer cleanly. Maurer finding a little bit of grip on the bottom side of the racetrack, and he's using it to his advantage. Cross flags coming up halfway home. Your race leader, Jason Swavely, up by 1.2 seconds over Billy Logan, and David Ravel runs 3rd. fourth, Mike Kreiser, he's under attack from Jesse Maurer. Maurer only about a car length and a half as lap number 19 on the scoreboard. 20 going to go up right now as race leader Jason Swavely comes across the line. 15 laps remaining. Field has gotten themselves single filed out. Not a ton of battles for position, with the exception of the 10Z of Brian Shawley, 22 of Clinton Hauser, and the 7L of Chase Laser. That's 10th, 11th, and 12th working their way off of turn number 4. Shawley has the position right now. And he's able to open up a little bit of a gap on Clinton Hauser. Chase Laser going to stay right there on the back bumper. Big contact even further back between Courtney Cup and Noah Murkey. Murkey up into the outside wall. He's able to continue. Race leaders consistently now dealing with lap traffic. Caution on the speedway. 2-car, 3-car crash. We were just talking about them. 4 cars now stopped. The 22 of Clinton Hauser, the 7L of Chase Laser. The 5 of Brett Cronrath hearing may also be involved. And the 18 of Noah Murkey also involved in that one. Chase Laser able to get refired. The 5 of Brett Cronrath also able to fire that car back up. He'll head through the infield and rejoin the racetrack. The 22 of Clinton Hauser pushing off. We'll see if the 18 of Noah Murkey will be able to refire. A little bit of trouble for the 22 to get the spark back onto that machine as well. Seeing Kyle Spence is tuning in. Thank you for joining us tonight, Kyle. Picking up a $1,000 win here on the 4th of July in the Hyper Racing 600s. He will absolutely be back here in 2 weeks. August 8th, the USAC NOS Energy National Midget Tour makes their annual appearance here at Lanco's Clyde Martin Memorial Speedway. And they're going to be paired up with the finale to PA Speed Week for the Hyper Racing 600s. That racing action presented by Redota Trucking and Excavating. Monster purse going out the door that night. $5,000 to win, $3,000 for second, $2,000, $1,000, and $800 to pay back your top 5. One of the best paying races on the East Coast you'll see all year long. And it's coming up right here at the Clyde. You'll see every lap on the National Racing Network. The USAC Midgets will be airing on Flow Racing that night. The 600s you'll get to see right here on NRN. "25 laps in the books, 10 remaining here in the final feature event of the night. Jason Swavely has led from the drop of the green flag. The lead was 0.8 of a second back to Billy Logeman as they fought their way through lap traffic. David Ravel runs in the 3rd position. Mike Kreisel will restart to his outside. "25 laps in the books. The regular feature's done. The final bonus action of the night coming up. Swavely and Logeman have been the class of the field since they unloaded these cars off the trailers. Deacon Swavely. Deacon Swavely, you're going to be the victory lane photo recipient at the end of this one. Green flag back in the air. We're underway. What a restart for Billy Logeman. He's right on the back bumper of Swavely as they get into 1 and 2, but a great drive off the corner opens the gap right back up. Jesse Maurer, Mike Kreiser going to battle for the 4th position. Corey Schmuck Jr. coming in to join the party as well. Schmuck going to run just a little bit inside of Mike Kreiser through turns 3 and 4. Swavely absolutely checking out on this one. David Ravel catching up to Billy Logeman. Trouble turn 3 and 4. 2 cars going around. 2 separate incidents. The 23K at Courtney Cup got up on one of the infield tires. Trouble again for the number 5 of Brett Cronrath. That is his 3rd incident of the night for the 5 of Brett Cronrath. So he will be done for the evening. Cronrath will finish in the 21st position. For those of you watching the live broadcast, thank you for tuning in with us. We appreciate it. Tell us how we did. Send us a message, give the video a like and a share. React to it however you want. Let us know how we're doing. 28 laps on the scoreboard. Jason Swavely still the race leader. Billy Logeman got about as good of a start as he could have hoped for last time, and it still wasn't enough to track down the 14 of Swavely. Field doubling them up. The 2-car duel at the front of the field with only the front inverted. I don't know that it would have made much difference. Jason Swavely has been fantastic in that number 14 machine. Billy Logeman's going to have to try something big if he wants to get around the Rocket Man from Fleetwood. David Ravel, Jesse Maurer in row number 2. Mike Kreiser, Corey Schmuck in row 3. Green flag back out on the speedway. We are racing again with 10 to go. Swavely holds it down to the inside. Logeman trying to make the high side work, keep the motor wound up. Swavely just too good off the corner. Trouble for the 18 of Noah Murky. That car looked like it may have hopped out of gear. He's able to get it back in and moving. Down to 5 laps to go this time by. Patrick Kern, Corey Schmuck Jr. going to battle side by side into turns 1 and 2. That's the battle for the 5th position. Schmuck runs to the outside, comes down just a hair on Kern. Give that 5th position to Corey Schmuck Jr. Jessica Moore slow through turns 3 and 4. Everybody going to have to take some evasive action to get around that 11M machine. That's going to let Corey Schmuck actually get right up on the back bumper of Jesse Maurer. Perhaps caught him a little too quickly. Trouble for the 48. Billy Logeman breaks off a turn 4 with 2 laps to go. David Ravel going to come up to the 2nd position. Jesse Maurer now runs 3rd. Jason Swavely is long gone at the white flag. One final trip around the speedway for Jason Swavely. Already off of turn number 4. Checkered flag. Jason Swavely gets the win in the number 14, followed by Dave Ravel, Jesse Maurer, Corey Schmuck Jr., and Patrick Kern, your top 5. Mike Kreiser, Jeremy Eisenhower, Kane Rogers, Brian Shawley, Robert Shanneman round out the top 10. We're going to head down track side to get our final victory lane interviews of the night. right, ladies and gentlemen, down here with third place finisher Jesse Maurer, a first and a third on the biggest race night of the year. You can't be too disappointed.
No, definitely not. I just got to thank Nick for always giving me a great car. I just got to get a little better myself. So kind of been out of the two-stroke stuff here for a couple years. So I feel like I'm still learning. So hopefully we can just keep getting better here.
All right, congratulations again on the big finishes tonight. We're going to slide down here, talk to David Ravel. Dave, if there's been any luck, it's been bad luck this season, I think, and finally it turns in your favor a little bit. Really nice run to come home second.
Yeah, I can't be more excited to be just finishing a race, let alone finishing second. Would have loved to see my name on that trophy 3 times in a row, but I guess I'll just have to suck it up as a second place finish. But I really got to thank these guys behind me here. They really helped me out the last 2 weeks getting this car ready, and it proves it and shows the results.
It's a fantastic run. Like you said, you already have 2 of these. A little bit of a bitter pill to swallow, but there's always next year to come back and pick that third one up. I know you want to bring that trophy home to keep.
Yeah, you always want to keep that trophy, but this competition in this class seems to get harder and harder every year, and just to be on the top 3 here is an accomplishment.
All right, David, congratulations on the third place finish. We're going to swing down here. Head back to Victory Lane. One of the best Victory Lane photos you'll ever see right there. Let's swing out here a little bit, Jason, so we can make sure we get you on camera. You've done it again. This place, it just seems to suit you in this 14 machine. Congratulations on $750 and a Clyde Martin Memorial win.
Thank you. This thing is really good. Motor runs really well. Car works really well. TSL shocks to me, Buckwalter. He's been giving me nothing but the best shocks, and I can't thank him enough for that. It's been good.
You had to smile a little bit when you saw the redraw. The invert was only going to be 2, so you know you were starting towards the front. Was it really just a matter of holding off? You know, you had some very fast cars behind you, but it really looked almost easy for you out there.
More or less picking the right lane is the key starting on the pole, because you never know what lane is the fastest lane. In the 270, I had the top working really well. I just figured run the bottom until I see somebody's up top or somebody give me motions to move up. So I guess we were pretty good on the bottom. I felt really good. So, yeah.
Oh, that's outstanding. Jason, anybody else you got to thank on this one?
I just got to thank everybody, my family, my wife, my kids. They come out and support me all the time. My stepdad, Anthony, Nick, Pete, everybody that helps us. I just got to thank them.
All right, once again, congratulations, Jason Swavely, winner in the Sportsman. Like we said, one of the coolest Victory Lane photos you'll see all year out of this place as well. For Magda Gaga, Bradley Brown, Debbie Splain, everybody that helps us out here on the National Racing Network broadcast tonight, my name is Chris Graham. It has been a pleasure to have you join us. We will see you in 2 weeks for the USAC NOS Energy National Midget Tour and Hyper Racing PA Speed Week right here on the National Racing Network.
At 600cc Performance, our roots run deep in CC racing. A leader in fuel injection, dyno tuning, wiring, and diagnostics. With over 15 years of experience in building and tuning, you can count on us to get you to the winner's circle. Whether it is diagnostics, sales, or service, 600cc Performance is your source for everything CC racing. Find out more at 600ccperformance.com.
If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067.
That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I've taken 25 selfies in the last 10 minutes.
26.
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.